Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Friday night stream because it's a beautiful day outside. It's Friday night, so I'm staying in and making video games because, yeah, having a life is overrated. So I'm gonna stay here and make video games. Just keep doing the day job in the evening. So yeah, last time we were still working on this little stealth game I've got. So I've got two guys going back and forth, and I can go bap, and I can go bap, and suddenly they're balls, and they'll follow me. So we got the following, we got the entity spawning, and we got the score system working. Although I haven't got a UI element for it, but that shouldn't take too long, to be honest. I'm planning. There's probably going to be at least one or maybe two streams that are entirely just cleaning shit up. But for now, we're going to work on some other stuff because I figured we should have all the stuff and then start cleaning it up. Which is maybe not the best idea, but fuck it. It's proof of concept. It'll do the thing. So the main thing that we need to do is we need to have the enemies that we've got on screen here, these guys, is we need to have them, we need to have these two idiots be able to see you. You need to be able to create vision cones so they can see the player, and then they can chase the player, and then if we get the player colliding with them, while they're still seen, player will die. And then if the player collides with them while unseen, we'll do that, grab and create the balls thing. So that's what we're going to try. And I've prepared this time because I've already opened Google and started looking around because vision cones are not too much of a thing. They're not like, well, they are too much. They are, they're not a niche thing. They've been done tons of times. So, there's got to be something. Yeah. I've got someone here on a forum post talking about basically taking the example of Volume, Mike Bithel's second game, which is a sort of a stealth game. So yeah. Vision code is pretty easy. Just create a static mesh and give it a translucent material. Attach it as a static mesh component to a socket off the head. That's fine. The seeing it is a bit more complex. Then a blueprint for when an AI is in my flashlight range can be carried over to an AI's. Did it in blueprint for when an AI is in my flashlight range. It could be carried over to an AI site through. I'm actually about to do that. I'm making sheep AI. So if you get the localization of the target and the localization and the location where the site is being emitted, the AI dies. Subtract one from the other and normalize it to the direction of the missile knows where it's going by subtracting where it should be from where it is. Separately, get the world rotation of the site icon, and like site location, get the forward vector of that. Then get the dot product of the forward vector and the direction to the player icon. We've got mathematics. Compare that to a number to get the angle of your cone. Okay, so. Right. What we need to do is go into our enemies, these boys, and I need to create, let's see, enemy AI 1, which I think we're still using enemy AI 1. To go into this, go to the viewport, and should be able to add a... literally just add a cone. Just give me a cone. So the cone comes up. This is going to be... this may end up actually being the jankiest fucking thing I've ever done in my life. Just roll it 90 degrees. And then attach it to... just stick it in his face. Just stick a giant cone in his face. And then scope it out way far. Just scope it out and then scale the motherfucker up. Because he needs to be able to see quite a distance. And like, that's not an unreasonable vision cone for him to have. Because I'm thinking, right, let's do this in stages. Because all I need to do is take this cone, make it sort of semi-transparent, and then, to be honest, that's probably, that might actually be a bit small. And I just remove, all I need to do is remove object collisions from it to make it trigger, because in Unity, what I would do would be that I would, instead of making it a rigid collision box, I would make it a trigger box, and then just have the thing, you know, result. This is actually, now that I'm doing this, because originally I did it in like flat 2D, this is actually going to be easier in 3D because I have access to these primitives, the cones, and I can just go, whee, stick them in. So, now we're going to briefly fuck around with some materials. Because there's a whole bunch of default materials in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and remember how it is. Yeah, so if I go into here, and I just go new folder. Yes, new folder. If I go new folder and I go materials, because you should always label your folders properly. Materials, create a new material, and I'm going to call this one vision cone. And this is going to just be just normal. So what I need is, can I get an RGB value in here? Ugh. Okay. Each channel is automatically clamped between 0 and 1. Okay, so physics material, none. Physics material mask, none. We don't need a translucent material. Ooh. See, what I was going to do is I was just going to take an opaque material and I was going to turn the alpha down to about half. Which I should be able to just do. Wireframe, shooting rate, blah, blah, blah. Physical material mask, displacement, translucency. Can I just get the alpha value? Can I just get the value? No. So I'm going to make it... what I want to do is I want to make it originally green, and then when the player steps into it, it turns red. But that's like a little thing I can do later that'll probably be, you know, honestly, something tiny. And I'm trying to remember... can I get an RGB? Genuinely, can I get an RGB value? Yeah, see? Fuck. Just, can I get a color value? Apparently not. Texture scene color? Oh god, no. Yeah, no. Because that requires me to load in my own UVs. It shouldn't be hard to just... yeah, it shouldn't be hard to just run to just get the alpha from it and turn it down. Give me a second. How do I set the base color of a new material? Cool, this shouldn't be too hard. Hold 3 and click? What? Oh shit! Okay. Okay. So can I just get a float value? Okay. Right. These are... Zero, zero, zero. Okay, so what... That... Okay, what the fuck? So, if I go 1... Right, okay. They're not XYZ, they're RGB. Right, so that should be 0, and that should be 0. So it comes out as a base color, green. Okay. Now how the fuck do I mess with the alpha channels? Don't use alpha channels. Okay. Using transparency. Okay. See what the official documentation says. Transparency is termed. Type of energy transparency described for surface is see-through or not. All opacity is used to define how see-through the surface is. In the following how-to, you will learn everything you need to know about how to introduce terms. And dealing with transparency in... Okay, this is in UE4. You also have to... create material... Okay, the UI has changed drastically from 4 to 5. Oh! This doesn't have... Yeah, because this doesn't have an alpha channel attached to it. Interesting. Okay. So I just need to... do I have to create a fucking... Am I gonna have to create a goddamn variable in this material to make it behave itself? Because that seems like where madness lies. It really seems that way madness lies. Translucency and self-shadowing. Can I... Okay. Translucency, advanced, fucking material, right? Okay. Great materials, okay. Blend mode and create a okay. So give me a scalar parameter. Call it alpha parameter. I've spelled parameter wrong. It's parameter because it's near a meter, I suppose. Run it into... Wait a second. Opacity? Yeah, run... Okay. Why is that not enabled? Default value should be 0.25, let's say. Apply? That's interesting. Okay, when substrate is enabled. Okay. So what is the substrate? Substrate. Or not. Okay. Let's move that in. Okay. Substrates. Yeah, there is. There has been a change in the UI here. Substrate is not enabled. Okay. How do I enable substrate? Enable substrate. Physics material. I have no idea. Material domain. Was it? Okay. Okay, that looks good. Right? So I can save that. Okay, so on the cone, I can apply material. And it should be vision cone material. See? Big green cone! Easy! And it's semi-transparent, because I can see through and see the dude on the other side. Bam! Done. Seems like there's some very complicated things going on, and I get the horrible feeling that is going to bite me on the ass later. But for now, all I need to do is add a collision mesh under this. So we've got the static mesh, we've got the material. We'll change the color of that later. If that is just set with a parameter and a color thing in the script, that shouldn't be too hard. Oh, neck. So we need to... Let's not enable gravity. Collision. We don't need to simulate. Generate overlap events, yes. Collision presets. Shall overlap all dynamic. Okay, because that means it's going to overlap things and not run into them. Maybe just put it as a trigger. Yeah, I've just set it as a trigger and it should be alright. Does that mean it'll be... Yeah, that means... Okay, let's compile this. It's fine. Compile it. Save it. And... Oh, look at him! He's beautiful! Actually, you know what? That vision cone might be enough. Let's run this. See what it looks like. Okay, see? The vision cone passes right over us. It's all good. Well, that's been a problem. But yeah, okay, the vision cone overlaps. Now, we need to give it a collision mesh. We need to give it so that it triggers a collision when it's over. So, add, I don't know, cone collider? Oh. Okay. Because the only collision we've got at the moment is the capsule component here. Is this motherfucker. What we need is something that can overlap the cone so that can so this can generate events, so it can actually tell that it's colliding with something. It's basically the logic I'm thinking is collide with something, check if it's the player. If it's the player, chase him. So I need to have. I mean, I could actually just run on component hit, I suppose. Okay, yeah, I guess I don't need to do that. Okay. So yeah, we did the on hit when seen thing. This will be setting the scene thing. Do I have a? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna set a new variable that is gonna be a boolean called player is seen. And I'm just gonna run this. Yeah, I'm just gonna run this into this section first. I'm gonna need to compile this to get this a default. Player is seen default false, which is fine. Just give that there. Now, on hit component cone, we do have a thing somewhere else that checks if something is the player. We do not. We have something in the. I think we've got something in the player that checks for crashing into the enemy. Oh god, yeah, I did that last time as well. Jesus. The whole friggin' the whole cascading points multiplier system. Woof. Okay. Right, yeah, so we'll cast to the player. And that's going to act as its own branch. So we're alright. On component hit cone. Cast to third person character. BP third person character. Yeah, that's what we're after. The other actor should be this. So if this is it, then bam. Cast. Let's see. Just get a player's scene. Set it. Set the motherfucker. So this is if it's successful. Player's scene becomes true. And if it's false, because it is going to fail because it's going to overlap on the environment and each other as well, and we don't like that. So we get another set player is seen. And we keep that false. So those two both run into each other. Okay, so let's just do that. Let's do that. Compile that and save. Because this should be able to go and we run it, and then when the player is seen, sorry, hang on a minute. Okay. Alright. I need to test this differently because it's currently quite difficult to run into the enemy while they're seeing you. So, I'm just gonna break this link and turn off the movement. So this shouldn't happen anymore. So I can just let it run. Keep forgetting that doesn't work. So I can just run this. So I can just go whoop. I'm seen. I'm seen. I'm seen. I'm seen. Okay, that's not good. Does that not work? Did I do that wrong? I'm gonna leave that broken just so that it goes. If it hit cast component, it's the player. Player is seen is true. Okay, print string. convert that. Do a quick Boolean to string conversion. Okay, run that. Let's run this. Okay, so. Okay, I'm not being seen. Oh, wrong one. That is not what I meant to do. I did not mean to turn the wireframe on. So let's run that one again. It's Shift F1. Thank you. So we get back to here. I've got Shift F1. Check our output log. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. Okay, so it's yeah, so it should be printing up to the screen that we're seen here, that we're being seen. Okay. Now, let's check something. Okay, let's check the clearance here, because this is, I mean, that's, okay, that is going into the ground. So that's a good thing. So I think the trigger thing has fucked us over. So we're, yeah, I think the issue has, I think this is the, setting it as a trigger collision has buggered us lightly because it's not generating on event hit, because we're checking event hit because it's on component hit, and hit doesn't happen on overlap. So, okay, right. So let's get rid of that. Delete that. Give me that. And we have a list of things. So this should be on component. On component begin overlap. Right. So check that. And the other actor. That is the right one, right? Yeah, you check the other actor to see what it is. Okay, cool. Right. So let's go. False, 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 false. It's gonna be false. It's gonna be false. True, 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 true. Right. Say bam. Okay, so right. I'm gonna run that again. I'm gonna check the enemy AI one. We've got show me your show me your variables. Well, that's fun. Where is it? I just want to be able to check the live state of this one. So, true. True. It's definitely true. Still true. That should have quit out of the game. Right, okay. I think the player script is overwriting the enemy script. Okay. Okay. Right, because I've done it here. That's what I've done. Is seen. Because is seen is kept in the player thing. I've done a whoopsie. Right. I've done a whoopsie. I need to just get rid of... all of this. Set. So this needs a set is seen. There we go. So yeah, that sets it to true. That will set it to true, and then on a fail, we will set the player's is seen to false, and then we'll do the print string again. And I'm going to move this over to the player. This is probably going to be a bit messy, but I'm doing it. Oh, we can't have both, can we? Shit. Not to worry. Okay. Well, fuck it. We just have to hope then. So now we go over to here. Is seen. Default's false. If it's true, then actually I could just hit quit game. Then I think I'm just gonna run quit game. Let's see. Again, break that link because this doesn't matter anymore. Okay, we should be alright then. Why do I keep hitting OBS instead of Unreal 5? Right, so again, the enemies... So again, we're seeing... Quits out. Bam! But... if we are unseen... Bam! We get the ball. Okay. So that works. We have the enemy vision set up. Blueprint runtime error. Access none. Trying to read property. Blah, 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 blah. That shouldn't actually be a problem. Because it does work. It's gonna so bite me in the ass later. This will later get replaced by sort of a jump to failure screen kind of deal. And we should be alright. Right. Okay, so... So that's the failure state. We've implemented the failure state. I also want it to spawn if it spots the tail, because that's part of sort of the internal gameplay loop, is like, if you have a bigger tail, you will get more points at the end, but it increases your risk of being seen. As a sort of the internal cycle there. So I need to check that as well. Which, to be honest... Oh. Oh, I just... I'm just gonna make another component we can overlap. I should be able to do that. Right, okay. What did I call the orbs again? Follow-tail, okay. Okay, I need to be able to check for two different objects. Be like, okay, is it the player or is it the follow-tail? If either, set scene to scene. Huh. Right, okay. I get the feeling this is about to get very complicated. Because that's the thing, is if I duplicate this... Because that's the thing, is if it gets the follow tail, then that works. And it's like, oh, it is follow tail. And sorry. If it is follow tail, then I need to cast a third person character anyway. And well, basically, yeah, just copy this and run it there. If it fails either way, then he's okay. But that's gonna be a problem if it sees the player but not the tail. It's then gonna be setting itself twice, and that's bad. Yeah, this is... Yeah, this isn't going to work. Okay, fuck. So how am I supposed to check if it's one of two objects? If it's either object, they should go after them. Okay. Right, okay. So I set another Boolean in this. Okay. Okay. This might have to involve multiple castings. So it goes into this and it hits this. Okay, so thing overlaps. You then that's the thing. We've got to cast the third person character to check if it's that. We've also got to cast to the follow tail to check if it's that. So if I just get a branch there, because this thing, we need to check here. True, then we go to this. Okay. So. Right, okay, hang on. So, right. That I think only works if it's casting the follow tail and the character. So, right. That runs that. The condition being and that setting that goes down to default. So, right, hang on. Fuck. Fuck. It needs to check and then set it. But if I have those checks, then I can just do that anyway. Oh god. So okay. So it overlaps. We go, let's say, cast to follow tail. And if it fails, we set player is seen, and that is set to false, which then leads into this branch. Okay, so we'll have to do this sequentially. So either way, we're going to need this cast of the third person character afterwards, because that's where the is seen variable is, and the player is using, and all that's happening in there. So we're going to need that anyway. And then we go, yeah, okay. But what I do need to do is, if it's successful, I do need to set player is seen and set that to true. Genuinely, I'm just going to fucking shift this lot way over here. Ah! We're spaghettifying! We're spaghettifying quite hard. So just move this lot over here. And these two are basically just here. Because if it's true, cast for the person the character. If it's false, then we're going to cast the third person character. Then we're going to cast the third person character. And then set... Jesus Christ. And we're going to set is seen to false. So no matter what happens, if player is seen as false, that gets set to false. Okay. So it checks the follow tail. If it's successful, it sets it to this. This needs to not exist. If it fails, if it's not the follow tail, it checks for... It checks for the player. This is doing a lot of work here, this one node. And if that is successful, then we set... Player is seen. Then we set player is seen to true here, and that runs into the branch. If it fails again, we set player is seen. We set player is seen to false, and then run into the branch. Now, this does not yet cover what happens when the player is no... Well, it kind of does. So that's a little bit... Not as much of a mess as I thought it would be. It also doesn't compile. Okay, now it compiles. Okay. This should work. I'm gonna go wiggle my bum at an AI. So, I'm gonna grab him. And then I'm gonna sort of... It's quite hard to actually maneuver this. Okay. Don't know if that was actually... So that's scene, and then that crashes. Okay. Okay, I also need to do a thing in the... yeah. I need to get something in the follow tail so that it crashes the game when it runs into a an enemy while the player is seen. So yeah, what we do, jump to the viewport, give me on component hit. So we get the on component hit. We immediately check. We go, okay, check. Cast enemy AI 1. If that's correct. This is, yeah, right. Cast to BP third person character. No. Shit. Because then we would go right, no, because we'd cast to the... No, hang on, fuck. So if something hits us, we check. Yeah, we're just going to the player. So we just cast the third person character. And we have to get is seen. Yeah, we just run their event hit. Okay, so... Right. So what I should actually do is I should attach this, all of this lot to a custom function that runs on event hit, because if I do that, I can also run it in follow tail, and that'll do the same thing. Right. Okay. Custom. Add custom event. Except I need the direct thing from. Except I need the thing from event hit. Okay. Rename, just call that caught and misspell it massively. Yeah, because that'll just run that, and then on event hit we just go run caught, and we just go caught. Yeah, we just call function caught. That should be okay. That should hopefully work. Which means we can also just do here, we can just go caught. Except I don't, because that checks the is seen stuff. That checks, and is seen is already being set by the enemy seeing thing, so we should be okay. Oh fuck. Okay, as third person character. Except for not checking if it hits the player. Fuck! Because you need to check if it hits the enemy. You need to check if it hits the enemy. Okay. Cast to enemy AI. This feels needlessly complicated. That's the thing, it still has that fucking issue. Because this isn't going to work either. Yeah, because third person character does not inherit from enemy AI 1. And so the cast will always fail. Ah! No, because that'll just be a fucking cascade of casts. And it'll be that cast failed. Can I run caught anyway? I mean, theoretically that'll work. Unfortunately, it's only going to really matter. I should be able to deactivate this lot. That should theoretically work. It's janky as fuck, but you know. I need to check if this works first. So. Okay, so the ball still works. Okay, that crashed the game when the ball hit me. Ah, fuck. Okay, so we're currently caught. Crashes. And then if I go... Bap. Okay. Yeah, the blue... Right. Okay. So that means that now triggers in Follow Tail whenever it hits the player. But that shouldn't work. But that shouldn't work because it should be checking. Because this should be a correct check to see if it is the enemy AI that I'm walking into. Which then casts the this and checks and then fails. Okay. Right. Tell you what. We'll burn that bridge later. We'll deal with that later. Because it's only really relevant when the enemy starts chasing you. Which should be realistically the next thing we do. Because we go, whoop. Death. No. Just double checking this isn't still broken. Catch that. Oh! Oh, that's not good. Okay, that's bad. I may have misunderstood how some things work. Oh, Jesus, fuck. Right. So this doesn't work. Cool, so custom events are bollocks. So I go, bam, catch the thing. That still kills it. What? What the fuck? Yep. What the fuck? Wait, what? No. What? Oh, God. Right, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? It's got to be something in here, okay? Ugh. Okay. I've done something wrong with the logic here, and I'm setting it to be seen where it shouldn't be. Okay. Follow me up. Follow me up. Follow me down on this one, people. So, cone overlap. Cast the follow tail. Check, basically, like, is this the follow tail? If it says yes, then it sets the player to be seen. And checks that goes to the branch. Is the player seen? Yes. Cast the third person character. Sets the player to be as seen. If it's not that... Fuck. Okay. Okay. I think it's to do with this node and the object node here. Ah! It needs to do with the object node here, where it is checking. God fucking damn it. Okay. This is getting complicated. Right. Okay, so I think I need to burn... Okay, I'm going to burn this all down and start again. Sometimes that's just what you need to do. You just burn it down and start it all again. Okay, so... I feel I've overcomplicated this. So, let's just get it down to... We see the player... And the other actor, which is the thing that's overlapping the cone, is the player. Okay? On that, it's true. We go set is seen. We set that there. And then we go here. There we go. Set is... Jesus Christ. Is seen. It's set to false. Okay, that's it. Save that, compile it. Bam, bam. Compile it. Save it. Run it. So, collision. No problem. Sight. Collision. Fuck! Okay. Oh my god, I am so stupid. Oh dear god, I am fucking stupid. Dear sweet Jesus, I am unbearably thick. Because, see, this, it checks if the player is seen. This sets if the player is seen. However, this only checks if it hits anything. If it hits anything and the player is seen, quit game. God, I am dumb. So instead, we're just going to go straight to the enemy, go up to here, and check if it's the enemy we hit. And if we hit the enemy and we're seen, it'll do. If the cast is failed, like if it is false, we will destroy the actor and that is the enemy. Okay? Okay. Jesus suffering fuck Christ, I am stupid. That's programming, baby. Right, so. Hello, I'm seen. I die. That's what's supposed to happen. I go, wabam! Now, I am seen! And I'm hit the thing? Oh, now I die. Okay. That's that fucking sorted. Jesus Christ. Oh, that was some stupidity. That was some weapons grade dumbass right there. That's just... I'm not a clever man. Right. So that's that sorted. Right. Okay. Can I... Nope, because that's undoing the stuff here. Yeah, that's undone all that. Yeah, okay. So the okay, so So, this is why you should never delete your code. You should always annex it, because you might need to come back to it. So I shouldn't have deleted that whole spaghetti mess of checks, because now I need to build it again. I should have cut it off and annexed it. Only delete things when you're sure, when you've definitely found the better way of doing it, and you're about to be compiling, and you're going to be, building the thing. Because you shouldn't, because otherwise you might turn out that you actually need it. Yeah, code is like cardboard boxes. Never throw them out. You'll never throw them out. Okay, so. Hits the third person character. Okay. If it is, then we set is seen. This. If it's not, then we cast to follow tail, and if it is that, then we set is seen. If it is not, we set not as. We still set the not seen from the. That should be a much less complicated version of what I was trying to do. That should actually work. That actually genuinely should work. Right, okay. Unfortunately, I actually don't really have a way of testing that, but yeah. But we should be okay there. That should work. So I'm going to create comment. Should work. Can't test yet. Can't test until level becomes more dynamic. Setting the is seen if enemy spots player or tail. There we go. I do like that in this it does allow that something being commented does allow you to move an entire section of code. That's nice. I don't like that the comments can't be much longer than that. So we're good. Okay, so the enemies can see the player, and it sets them to that. Okay. Tell you what, we're gonna stay in the enemy AI, and we're gonna go from here. Both gonna go into a branch. Yeah, they're both gonna run into a branch. Okay. Break this link. Okay. Okay, so I need to get these. Okay, fuck. Okay. God damn it. God fucking damn it. Because I need to get is seen so that I can feed it into that. Tell you what I'll do. I'll just go, and this will go set player is seen. And then we go set player is seen. We can just run these two into each other, and then we can both run these into a branch. We can run them both into a branch and just set the condition to be player is yeah, I can just do a getter from player is seen. And then we're sorted there. Cool. So if we have the player is seen is going to operate in the enemy AI variable and mirror the is seen variable from the player. So we can set that. So we get into the branch. That's good. Sorry, there's a bug here. Lost it. Yeah, we can set the. And if it's true, then I want to get the component. I want to get the cone. Yeah, basically, I want to turn the cone component red. That would change the thing. Okay. So I need to, because I need to get this and change it to red rather than green. Yeah. So I need to get the material. Over here. Get material index. Okay. No. What I'm going to do... No. Okay. I'm making this too complicated. I am making this too complicated. Okay. This just needs to be changed to be called Vision Cone. So what I need to do is I need to create another new material, which is, because this is Vision Cone, and then I'll create another one called Vision Cone Scene. Vision Cone Regular. That says Vision Cone Regular. Vision Cone Regular. That's cool. Content drawer. Create a new material. Call this Vision Cone Scene. Okay. And it will essentially... Right, actually, you know what? Just delete Vision Cone Scene and then call it... And then just copy this and go into Vision Cone Scene, and then instead of this, right, make that 0 and then make that 1. And then we're done. It turns red and we're good. I don't have to do any of that again. I can go into this. I can go back into the graph. I can go, if it's true, then I can get set material cone. Yeah, I can set material for the cone. Material. Select that set. Get set to Vision Cone Scene. That's probably actually going to be the best way to test this. Because, right, that means that I should be able to go boom, run in, and that goes red! Oh! Doesn't turn off yet, but it goes red! Oh, that's cool! Yeah. So if I got a... Right, so if I got a ball... It's going to be very... Okay, currently with the way things are, it's very hard to maneuver. Okay, that's just broken. My ball is stuck. Huh. Yeah, we really need to tidy these up. Okay. I need to check it for turning back as well. But that does work. And if player is seen, then it should set material for the cone. Once again, be Vision Cone Regular. So that should also hopefully set it off. Okay, so we set it to red. Okay. That doesn't turn it off. Okay. Tell you what, let's break these. Let's break these and instead go on begin play. I cannot for the life of me remember if this loops. But we're going to check. Because I honestly, for the love of God, can't remember if it loops. So we're going green, 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 green. Yep, it does not loop. Okay. Event tick is the one I'm looking for. So, yeah, this might be a bit processor intensive to do this. Goes red. It doesn't untick. Okay. Right. Okay, because we don't currently have a way to set player is seen to nothing. Until one of these things collides with a different object. Which is the problem with having it built on the collision. Access none trying to read property, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, okay. Okay, so we currently don't have a way to reset player is seen until this thing sees something else. Okay. I'm going to turn the... I'm going to start the... I'm going to turn the movement back on and see if I can get this to play a bit nicer. Okay, so bam. Okay, so it hits another object and it doesn't change. Okay, so that gets red. It sees itself, turns green again. Okay, so it has to see another actor. Right, it has to see another actor at the moment. Oh, fuck off. It has to see another actor in order to reset. That's bad. Because what we want is, as soon as it's not seeing the player, for it to... Yeah, as soon as it's not seeing the player, we want it to reset to player is not seen. Okay. That's a bit harder. I don't know how I would check that, because the point is that it's not colliding with anything. Because I mean, it's going to keep being seen. Right, okay. Okay. How would I even test that? Do we have an on component end overlap? Oh, we do. Oh, sweet. Okay, yeah, fair. Let's just try doing the same thing in reverse. So as soon as it stops overlapping this, or if it soon... Genuinely, just C and V that. Cast failed, goes to that. Seth there. Touching the shores, eyes in the night, touches a wall. Scotching the shores. Okay. So, if it ends on this, if it ends and it is the third person character, set is seen to false. and subsequently set player is seen to false as well. If it ends the overlap and it's not this and it's this leaves thing. If it fails, then that I think is going to break something. I think I'm just going to remove those. Okay, so let's run this one more time. And then boop, whoop. Okay. Right, I'm going to turn the movement off because that'll give me a slightly better run at it. I haven't commented this because I think I'm going to change it. So yeah, run that. Right, okay, so run in.
Oh, they've seen me. Oh, they've not. Oh, they've seen me. Oh, they've not. Oh, they've seen me. Oh, they've not.
Okay, happy days. Okay, so we've got the enemy seeing you and unseeing you when you're inside the vision cone. Okay. And now that we've got a variable that is set within the enemy AI, the player is seen, which is just only mirroring the is seen in the player, we can work with that, because I can take that and I can check things with it. So for example, if the player is seen, if we've got the player is seen as true, I could jump and do, I can go, okay, follow the fucker. Okay. Just going to comment this again. Setting is seen to false if player leaves enemy line of sight. Sweet. Okay. Okay, so there is another thing I need to test about this, which I haven't done yet. So let's run it. And go ball. Okay. So, you can see me. Oh! Oh, that's not good. See me. I need to test that. So, okay. You can see me. But as soon as the ball comes in, you don't see me. Right, that's bad. Right. Okay, so as soon as the ball is in, as soon as it's seeing both of us, that's bad. That's very bad. That's kind of the whole thing going. Also, I really need to fix this following. I really need to fix it. Okay. Right. Okay, so that's bad. So we're not done yet. So maybe put this back again and be like, so let's try that again. Let's try putting that back and see if that fixes it, to be honest. So keep them still. Got bam. Got the ball. Red. Green again. Damn it. Dang it. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of complaining about the getting access to the scene. Okay. Let's remove those. Maybe you should swap them round. Check the tail first and then the character. Maybe that'll make it behave itself a bit better. Because that's the thing is, if we cast the third person character, and then if that doesn't work, if we go, okay, we're casting, that's not it. We cast the follow tail. If that's not it, then it can't see the player. It's seeing something else. Unless I've misunderstood how this works, then that should be alright. Okay. Because it needs to be able to see the player and the tail before I continue anything on. Okay. Okay. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit stumped. Okay. Okay. Let's see how it behaves without the end overlap. Although, to be fair, it'll just stay red. And I won't be able to tell anything. Oh! Okay. That's interesting. Well, that's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. So the problem's here. So, yeah. Interesting. So, when it sees both of them, it sets... Right, when it sees both of them, it sets it to false. Interesting. So when it sees both of them, it sets it to false. Excuse me, folks, I'm being phoned. Sorry, there's a phone call from my dad saying that he's going to be round in about half an hour, so I'm going to be cutting the stream off early. Cool. It sees both of them and it sets it to false. That's not the fault of this, because I've broken the connection there. Because this is, it goes, okay, we've hit something, and then it doesn't progress to the next thing. So it's not the fault of this bit. Interesting. Very interesting. She's also just going to line that up for my own. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Must be neat. All my code must be neat! Alright. So it's got to be this, because it's beginning the overlap on both of them. Okay, so let's run this one again. The cone overlaps an object. We then cast the third-person character, checking if that object we've overlapped with is the third-person character. If that cast fails, we cast to the follow tail and check if the object we have overlapped with is that. And if it is that, then we set it to true. If it's not that, then we set to false, which means the cast here must be failing. Right, that means this must be failing. So we will request the assistance of our old friend, print string. Follow tail cast failed. I'm just putting this in to confirm my suspicions. So run it. Boop. So. Okay. Okay, it's not failing then. That's not failing then. That's not failing. Unless it's all these errors. Assessed none trying to read property K2 node dynamic as BP third person character. So access nothing. So it's not failing. The cast isn't failing, but that's the only That's the only instance in which Okay, let's test something. So, get the ball. So, catch that. Okay, so I still die. So, is seen as still true? So, is seen as still true? Have I got something else setting player is seen? I've got something else setting player is seen? Am I setting the player is seen somewhere? Because we're on tick. Every tick checks if player is seen is true, we set it to this vision cone. And if it becomes false, we set it to this vision cone. The only time player seen is always set to be identical to is seen. And if is seen were false, then I wouldn't be dying whenever I run into the dude. That's so weird. That's it. That's the only times it's messed with. That's so weird. Is it defaulting somewhere? Is it defaulting? Maybe I should... Huh. I mean, if it's defaulting, then I'll be able to do this and change it to a completely different material. That's horrifying, but I could do it. So I'd be able to go... I would set it automatically to green. That's not checking. Okay, I forgot to put on the exit code. Forgot to put on the exit code. So, bop, 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 bop. Pick them up. Bop, bop. Okay. So that is somehow setting player is seen to... Do I have... Okay, did I put something in Followtail? Did I put something in Followtail and forget about it? So we've got the default controller, we've got the pawn sensing, which I'll need to use later. Nothing else. Nothing else. And I didn't do anything... Right, so this is just the player's is seen variable. Yeah, so that's that. That's really weird. Because this is not complicated. You just check, is this variable... Fascinating. This is naturally set to false. And every tick it's checking, is it true, is it true, is it true, is it true, is it true? We are and it's definitely accessing the right thing. That's so weird. It's got to be something in the detection. It's got to be. It's got to be something in here. Right, casts to this. And yes, if it's that, we've seen him. This only works if it sees this and not this. Okay. Let's try this then, see if it runs to both. I don't feel great about this, but okay, so bit right. So now it only works if it sees both. Fuck's sake. Alright, so now it only works if it sees both. Okay. It either works if it sees both, or it doesn't work if it sees both. But it can't work if it sees either. I'm going to need to make this more complicated than it already is. Okay. So. That doesn't... But these aren't going to work without the casting. Because they're fucking... Oh. So. Because the way you do this in code is you would check a switch statement. You would run a switch. I would run a switch statement and go, case 0, the no, I'd load them into an array. I would load each of these objects into an array, and I would check, is the object we've hit this or this? Or even just put in a fucking or in an if statement. And then it would be done. Well, what I would do is, yeah. And then be like, if it is this or this, then this boolean is true and this boolean is true. And somewhere else would be like, okay, check the boolean, sorted. I don't think I'm going to get this solved in the next 15 minutes. So I'm going to call it there. Thank you for joining me if you did. If you didn't, then yeah. I'll be back next Friday and hopefully fixing this. So, yeah, bye-bye.